hi, Jim.
Hi, Beth.
It's good to be with you today. Jim, I'm here with Jim Roxlo. He is our District Foundation Chair. And I thought we would just chat a little bit about our foundation. If that's okay with you, Jim?
Okay, Beth.
Sound good? All right. So tell me how you think our foundation is doing.
Well, we got a report on that yesterday at the foundation dinner. We had John Osterlin, the general manager of the foundation, and he came and he told us a couple of things about it. And you know, we always talk about the foundation as having two sides, having the giving side, the donations that we put in, and then the spending side, all the projects that we run through the foundation. And so he talked a little bit about donations, and lo and behold, we've had this goal in the Annual Fund for $120 million a year. We've had the goal for 10 years, and last year was the first year we achieved it and went a little bit over. I think it was 123, something like that. But he was really happy that they broke that goal that had been there for a long time.
And it has a relationship to our number of members, doesn't it? What's the relationship?
Well, it's we have, if you do the math, I think we have 1.2 million members. Is that right?
That's right.
1.2 million members, and $100 a member makes $120 million. And so that goal is $100 a member for every member of Rotary.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, yeah. So last year, we gave $498,000 to the Annual Programs Fund. And that's what drives all of the grant money, the donations that we give to polio, but both are mostly our district grants and our global grants come out of that. And that's great. It's up from the previous year, and I think we can do more. The average per person relative to our population is about $153 a person. So that's pretty good. It's well above the global average. I think that's where we ought to be.
Okay. So as I go around to the clubs, I'm encouraging them to give more, because obviously, from what you said, we can always do more in the grant area. So to get more grant money, we have to give more, don't we?
That's right.
So we've got to work on that. He had some great news about polio.
Yeah,
so,
that was the other thing that he talked about was about polio.
Yeah.
And on the accomplishment side, we've done really well in polio in the last couple of years, made really good progress. We just this year had a full year without a polio case in Nigeria, and then a month later went a year without a polio case in all of Africa. And that's really pretty phenomenal to have wiped out polio in Africa. Of course, we still have to do an awful lot of immunizations until we get the last two countries.
So
there's only two left.
Do we need to keep donating?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. And I think specifically we need to keep donating. One of the things that John talked about was that there's a lot of good press, and the good press comes out sounding like we're almost finished. And so some people just naturally want to back off and say, well, I've got other things to do with my money. But in fact, at this point in the process, the cost is just as high as at any other time. We have to keep vaccinating everybody because polio is still really close in the world that we're in. In India, we're doing national immunization days now, and that's because polio is walking across the border every day. And so they have to keep immunizing all their kids. We're still immunizing everybody in the U.S., everybody in Europe is getting immunizations, and that will keep on going for a long time until we've wiped it out and had a couple years of success.
So it sort of sounds like we need to do it now more than ever.
Yeah, and we're really close, and we can't back off. And if the rest of the world doesn't understand the situation as well as we do, it's really important that we show our leadership and we keep funding it, because we can't quit now.
I got you. Well, give us an update on how our district foundation is doing.
I think in our district, the foundation is doing really well. Last year, our donations were up, and our project activity is really, really up. We've got a lot of stuff going on in projects. We've got 21 clubs that are doing district grants this year, and they're all over the place, all focus areas all over the world, a lot of things at home in people's backyards, and really good projects. And in fact, we had some people that applied a little late and we didn't have any money left over and we had to turn them away, so they come back next year. And if we had had another $20,000 available, we could have spent it all on district grants.
So what do we do if we don't have enough money to fund all our projects?
Well, on district grants, we have to tell them to wait until the next year because we only have a certain amount. It's 25% of the funds that goes to district grants. That's a big chunk. We get $113,000 this year that we're spending on district grants. On global grants, it's a different story. We also are tight on global grants. We've got, I think, 13 of them that are active now in our district, and they're all over the place. So a lot of heart-to-heart projects, but other projects in other parts of the world. And so we're spending a lot of money on global grants, and we've got even more that are in the pipeline ready to be approved, hopefully sometime this year. And we have to fund those too. And we don't have enough money for all of them, but we work hard to partner with other districts. And if we've got more projects than we can fund, then sometimes we can find ways to get the other districts to help us. And that's a good thing. That's part of working together to get it all done.
And we don't need to back off that just because we don't have enough money.
That's what I keep saying.
Okay.
We don't need to back off at that.
All right. So
Because
we'll just keep going.
you never really know how long it's going to take for a project to be ready to get approved. And so it's full speed ahead. We've got a bunch of projects in the pipeline. I'm encouraging all of them.
And we'll try to be creative on how we can get them the funding.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't quit. All right. So tell me, what are your goals for our foundation?
Well, I have 3 goals. They're all related. The first goal is I really want all of our clubs to use the foundation for their projects. The foundation can really help them in making their projects bigger and better. It can double your money in a district grant. And almost all of our clubs, you've been around all the clubs, they're all doing things.
Yes.
And there's quite a few of them, though, that don't ever write a district grant. And if they did, they could double their money and do a bigger project, have more impact. And that's what the foundation wants us to do. So we've got a team that's helping people to do that, and I wish all the clubs would think about which of their projects are the best ones to apply for district grant funds and do it. So that's my first goal. If we could get them all working on district grants, then my second goal is that they all appreciate the foundation and what it does for them and their club, and they all want to donate to the foundation. We have a few clubs that don't, and some that donate only a little bit. And I think if everybody realized how important it is for what the foundation does, then they'd all be donating.
Right.
And then the third goal is that we all get involved in bigger grants, in global grants, supporting them one way or the other. I think that's really where Rotary shines, is the ability to work across cultures and get different countries involved in working on a big problem. And so I think here in Tennessee, in our district, we've got people that can do that, and we've got a history of doing that, and I think it'll be great when all our clubs are involved.
So you think we need to do more?
Well, I think we are doing a lot.
Okay.
And I think it's great what we're doing, but the world needs us now. And I think that the more we can do, the better off we are, and the better off the world is. And I think the foundation will help us to get there.
Cool. Well, let's just go back over what we think we need to be doing, where we are. So our Rotary Foundation is doing well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our district has a lot going on. You want everybody to support in both ways, in giving and in doing projects and using the grant money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to keep doing what we're doing. So it sounds like we're on a good track.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to wrap up with about Foundation Month?
And the world needs us now.
Okay. So I think you've got good goals And I think you're doing a great job as our district foundation chair, and I appreciate all that you do because I know that you have studied all this for a long time and you are our expert. So thanks so much, and thank you to your team. I know you have a lot of people who work on grants, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the results of all those grants very soon. So keep up the good work.
Okay.
All right.